Okay, so there's a metaphor I've heard since I was a kid about lawyers and comparing them to leeches. And it's been in movies, it's been in real life, it's been in TV, it's been everywhere I've looked as far as drawing a comparison to a profession. So when a metaphor sticks this hard, it's usually because there's a significant amount of truth behind it. So let's delve into why the comparison of lawyers to leeches makes too much sense to ignore. Leeches are parasites that have evolved to attach themselves to the dark, unseen part of a body and inflict no pain as they slowly drain the life force of their host. That is, until they've had their fill and slip off into the darkness from which they came. This behavior starkly mirrors the behavior of some lawyers who are keen to exploit their clients' vulnerabilities and finances for personal gain, which is why too often the metaphor is a perfect fit. First, consider the issue of financial exploitation. Some lawyers are infamous for their opaque billing practices and exorbitant fees. Like a leech's insatiable appetite for blood, these lawyers seem to have an unending hunger for financial gain, often at the expense of clients who are already in distressing situations. Second, the metaphor extends to the perception of emotional exploitation. In times of legal need, clients are vulnerable. Some lawyers, rather than acting as guides and protectors, exploit this vulnerability, prolonging legal battles or creating unnecessary complications. This behavior mirrors a leech's tendency to feed off its host, drawing out the process for as long as possible. Moreover, there's the aspect of dependency. Just as a leech latches onto its host, some lawyers make their clients overly dependent on them. They create a dynamic where the client feels powerless and unable to make decisions without legal input, further entrenching the lawyer's role as indispensable yet parasitic presence. Lastly, the lack of perceived value exchange amplifies this metaphor. Unlike a symbiotic relationship where both parties benefit, the leech offers nothing in return to its host. Similarly, lawyers who are solely profit-driven and lack empathy or genuine concern for their clients' well-being are seen as offering little in return for the high costs they incur. This metaphor, while harsh, highlights the need for ethical practice in the legal profession. Now let's contrast this with the African Honeyguide, a fascinating example of nature's symbiotic relationship as opposed to a parasitic relationship as just highlighted. The honeyguide bird has a unique mutualistic relationship with humans. It leads people to beehives, and in return it feasts on the leftover wax and larvae after humans harvest the honey. This is an age-old partnership where both parties benefit. Humans gain the sweetness of honey, and the honeyguide gets a meal otherwise difficult to access. This is the kind of relationship you should seek with your lawyer. One where both of you benefit mutually, much like the cooperative interaction between humans and honeyguides. Seek a lawyer who not only benefits from their fees, but also genuinely invests in your well-being and success. They should see your victory as their victory, your peace of mind as their goal. So when looking for legal assistance, aim for this honeyguide-like symbiosis. Choose a lawyer who values transparency, empathy, and ethical practice. Remember, the right lawyer should make you feel supported, not drained. They should add to your strength, not deplete it. In a world where the leech metaphor is too often a reality, choose a lawyer who sees a mutually beneficial relationship. Your legal journey deserves nothing less.